Okay, today we're going to discuss percents. If you refer to your textbook, 6th grade, on page 186, problem B, let's read it together. A fruit display of 50 apples has 43 green ones. What percent of the apples are green? Now we need to underline or highlight the information that we find is relevant or that we will probably need to use. It says a fruit display of 50 apples. I'm sure that's something I'm going to need to know. Has 43 green ones. Okay. I bet that is something that I'm going to have to make note of. What percent? Oh, here's the word what. That's my question. What percent of the apples are green? Okay, so here's my question. I need to know this for sure. That's the final answer that I need to solve for, or the final question I need to solve for. So let's write this out. I have a basket here. I better do a visual because I'm not sure. Let's see, I've got some apples here, and then it says that 50 apples and there's 43 green ones, so there's more green than any other color in here, aren't there? Okay, so there's 50 apples in here. Alright, so I better think about my triangle at this point also. Here's my triangle. Remember, this is the division line, this is the multiplication line. If you need to, always put this symbol at the top of your paper. Even if you don't plug in the numbers, this will help you. It's your formula. This is for the part. This is for your whole, or your 100% of your unit. And this is for your percent. And then you could plug in the information that you have. I know that I have 50 apples. That's my 100%. 50 apples equals 100% of the display, or 100% of the units, which are apples. So that would go here, 50 apples. The part, 43 green ones. So a part of the whole is 43. That's my part. 43 apples equal the part of the whole. Now, do I know percent? No, because the question is, what percent of the apples are green? That's something we have to calculate now. So I have a number here and a number here. I see that division line. That means I have to divide. Let's do it as a fraction. Let's set this up as a fraction initially, because we know that fractions are division problems. 43/50ths. Remember, the denominator and the divisor, that's how we're going to think about it. So denominator and divisor. Our divisor is on the outside. That means 43 is inside the house. This is a whole number. We could put our decimal behind our whole number and bring it up. Alright, so can 50 be divided into 43? No, 50 is larger than 43. It seems like we're going to have to add some zeros here. Can 50 be divided into 430? Yes, it can. How many times can we put that into there? Oh, let's see. What's 50 times 8? I better do a quick check here. 50 times 8. And I'm just thinking that's maybe about where I need to be. So let's just do a quick check. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5, 40. Is 40 close to 50 without going over? Yes. If I added another 50 to this, I'd be 450. That's going over. So we have to stick with 8. I put my 8 right over the 0 because I'm doing 430. So 430, 50 times 8, we have it right here, is 400. And I subtract it. Remember our dad, mom, sister, brother. We did the division. We did the multiplication. Now we need to do the subtraction. That's 30. Now brother says bring it on down. Here's a 0. I need to bring that down. Now I need to start this process over. I need to go back to Dad with division. Can we divide 50 into 300? Yes, we can. How many times can 50 go into 300? Does 50 go into 300 5 times? Let's see. Let's do a check here. 50 times 5. 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 250. What about 50 times 6? 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 5, 30. 300. There we go. And 300 here. So 50 can go into 300 6 times. Bring it up there. 50 times 6 is 300. Sis says subtract. I zeroed out. So I don't need to add any other zeros because I have a 0 here. We zeroed out. Now we have a decimal, 0.86. But we need to put that into percent form. 0.86 as a decimal. To turn that into percent, we'll move our decimal. We now have 86%. That's our answer. 86% of the apples are green. Is that a reasonable answer? Well, since 43 apples are green, we only have 50. That's close to 100% of the apples are green. Is 86 close to 100? Yes, 86 is pretty close to 100, so that seems to be a reasonable answer.